Question 50. The pilot of an airplane flying at 1,200 feet sights a water tower. The angle of depression to the base of the tower is 25 degrees. What is the length of the line of sight from the plane to the tower?
Okay, so the way to explain this better might be better just with a picture. So here's an airplane flying, and it's a water tower, so here's water in it. And then from the airplane, we're looking downward. That's a line of sight. That's going to be your X. How high is the plane above ground level?
200 feet. 1,200 feet.
1,200 feet. Okay, so it looks like we have a right triangle right here, but there's something with the 25 degrees of angle depression. Do you understand that one?
No.
Okay, so say if we're standing right here, we're looking right across at it, this is 0 degree. If we're looking downward, the angle right here, that little angle is called the angle of depression. And then how about the angle on top? You know what that one called?
I know that one was the angle of elevation.
Elevation. Okay, so when we say elevation, we look up, and then depression, we look down. So another word is on the airplane, if we look right straight at it, this is 0. And then for this little angle right here,
that would be the 25 degrees.
That would be 25 degrees. So if that angle is 25 degrees, so how many degrees in here?
Well, we'll take 90 degrees because it should be a right as a square, and we'll minus 25 from it.
Okay, so that will be 65 degrees. So this is now going to lead us to finding a missing side on a right triangle. As soon as it's a right triangle, the best thing to do is kind of think of it as we're going to have to use a SOHCAHTOA. So let's identify which one we're going to use. Is this going to be sine, cosine, or tangent? So this is where you are at. You're standing right where the airplane is at. Looking at it, we have this side is what it called the one that next to you is always called the adjacent. And then for this side, we call, is it the opposite or the hypotenuse?
The hypotenuse?
The hypotenuse is your X. Good. So we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So it looks like we have to use
cosine.
Cosine. Good. So now we're going to set up as a cosine factor. Cosine of an angle, which is just 65, that's where you stand, equal to the adjacent, which is 1,200 over X, and then we can go ahead and do a cross multiply. X cosine 65 equal to 1,200, and oops, I missed a 0. The original problem comes with 0. And then divide cosine of 65 to both sides. What do you have on your calculator there? Make sure it's in degree mode. X equal to,
well,
we have 28,394 feet. So that's what the calculator gives using the mode should be in degrees. So it looks like, what's the choice we have up there on the answer?
A.
28,394 feet. Good job.